Hey guys, Ernie here, and welcome to another stove comparison video here on the Paleo Hiker MD channel. For a long time, the general consensus on YouTube and around the internet, as far as I can see, is that the best DIY alcohol stove you can make is the Fancy Feast cat can stove. And I really can't disagree. I love this stove. I've used it for quite some time and I still use it very frequently in my ultralight cook kit. Now there has been a lot of talk about a sweet spot as far as how far you should have between the top of the carbon felt and the bottom of the pot. Generally, I've heard that it's 1 inch, but I haven't seen a lot of videos really specifically looking at this. So we're gonna test 4 different cat can stoves with 4 different heights and see which one works best. Stay tuned, let's check it out. Thanks for watching. Real quick guys, before we get started boiling some water, if you like the video, do me a favor, please hit that thumbs up. Really helps spread things across YouTube. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscription button too. Now let's get to boiling some water. So it's pretty simple. Here's our 1 inch model. What we're looking at is the distance between right here, which is where the top of that carbon felt is, and right here, which is where the bottom of the pot will be. This one is 1 inch, as you can see. We have one here that's 3/4 of an inch. So we're looking at 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1 inch, and 1 1/4 inches. It's easy to see how this difference in height could affect boil times and efficiency. A little bit about the parameters real quick. We're gonna have 2 cups of water. The water is sitting in my shop. I have a bunch of water sitting in my shop, so it should all be at basically the same temperature. It's quite cold in here, if you can see. I'm blowing smoke, I don't know what it is. It's probably just around 50 degrees here in my shop, so pretty cold ambiently. We're gonna use 1 ounce of heat, and we're gonna do that by weight. I'll weigh my first one and make sure that the rest of them get the exact amount of grams of heat. That's the fuel that we're gonna use. And the cook pot is the one that I use in my ultralight cook kit. It is a 900 milliliter mug pot by Evernew. So let's see what kind of results we get. Now before we get started, I want everybody to comment down below which height is gonna produce the best boil time. Go ahead, do it, let's do it. Get down there, let's find out. So here we are with our 1/2 inch model. We're gonna get it lit. These bloom very quickly, so we'll just light it up. There we go, put this on, turn our timer on, and let's see what we get. Okay, so we're coming up here. Now, the relatively long boil time does not surprise me. It is 49 degrees in my shop and the water is basically 49 degrees. So it's taking a little while. This is a difficult challenge to get 2 cups of water to a boil. Okay, and we've got 11 minutes, 42 seconds. So 11 minutes, 42 seconds to a boil. Let's see how long that it burns for. We're starting to lose a lot of steam here. We're gonna call it at 19 minutes, 16 seconds. Now, I do wanna note for you guys that I left the pot on. If you take the pot off of these, it really affects the boil time because a lot more fuel will burn. So 19 minutes, 16 seconds. So here we are with our 3/4 inch model. Exactly 30 grams of fuel in here. Once again, we've got 49, 50 degree water. Light this up. There it goes. Put it down, hit the start, and let's see what the 3/4 inch model does. Well, I have to say, I'm a little surprised at how much faster this is. 1/4 inch makes a difference. Remember, 1/2 inch was 11 minutes, 42 seconds. We've got 7 minutes, 39 seconds. 7 minutes, 39 seconds for a boil. Let's see how long that it burns for. All right, we're starting to lose some steam. All right, this is about where I called it. So we're gonna call it 13 minutes, 56 seconds. Did not burn nearly as long as the 1/2 inch. We'll see how the rest of the testing goes, but I may have an answer to that. Regardless, it brought 2 cups of water to a boil much faster. Let's move up to the 1 inch model. Okay, y'all know the drill. 1 ounce or 30 grams of fuel. Get this going. Should bloom fairly quickly. There we go, put this on, start our timer. Make sure this is nice and centered. This is the 1 inch. Let's see how long it takes. All right, so those of you who like watching water boil probably getting excited here. Remember, 7:39 for the 3/4 inch. And we're looking at 7:09, 7 minutes 9 seconds for a boil for the 1-inch model. Let's see how long it burns for. Remember, the last one burnt for 13 minutes 56 seconds. Seems to me to be weakening a little bit here. Let's see. Definitely starting to lose it. All right, we're gonna call it right there, 12 minutes 32 seconds. We've got very little coming out of the actual carbon felt. So 12 minutes 32 seconds, a little bit shorter as far as burn time, but a little bit faster as far as boil time. Let's try our last model, which is 1 1/4 inches. So here we go, our last round with our 1 1/4 inch. If we can use a little bit of deductive reasoning, I think that our boil time will start to get longer and our burn time will be even worse. So let's see. Let's reset this here, make sure we get it right. All right. There's that. Here we go. Put this on, turn it on. Let's get it as centered as we can. I think that the height is definitely going to make things much less efficient, but let's find out. Well, look at this. 1 1/4 inches. Boil time is 6 minutes 7 seconds. Let's see how long it burns. All right, guys, we're seeing some weakening here. We still got blue flame coming out of the carbon felt, so we'll wait till that stops. Okay, we're gonna call it right there, 10 minutes 3 seconds. 10 minutes 3 seconds total burn. We're still getting a little blue here, but the carbon felt is basically out. That's our results. So how many of you were right? Traditionally, we have always heard that 1 inch was the sweet spot. Well, it just so happens that in my testing, 1 inch was not the sweet spot, and that even surprised me. Now, obviously, going up to 1 1/2 inches would be the next progression, but I don't have another can, so I'm not gonna do that today. Maybe somebody out there will test and see if 1 1/2 inches will be better. I don't think so. I think that we're really gonna start to see diminishing returns with that extra 1/2 inch. So let's review what we got. We started with our 1/2 inch model. Now, I think I might have added a little bit more than 30 grams of fuel. I'm not 100% sure. Now, the way that I measured it changed from that first one to the other 3. I'm confident in the other 3. Now, that would not affect the boil time. It may affect how long it burnt, but the fact is, even that long burn time kind of goes along with what we're seeing. So the 1/2 inch boiled in 11 minutes and 42 seconds and burned for a total of 19 minutes and 16 seconds. Very significant improvement when we went up to the 3/4 inch model. Boil time was 7 minutes 39 seconds, and the total burn time was 13 minutes and 56 seconds. Stepping up to the 1 inch, we get an improvement in the boil time. It boiled in 7 minutes 9 seconds and burnt till 12 minutes 32 seconds. Finally, and I would say most surprisingly, was the 1 1/4 inches. It burnt in a very fast 6 minutes 7 seconds, but only burned for 10 minutes and 3 seconds total. So what do all these numbers mean? Well, first of all, it means that I love watching water boil. And if you're still watching, you love to watch water boil too. Obviously 1 inch was way too close. Now it did limit the efficiency, you could see that. It took a while for that stove to burn through that ounce of fuel, and that's why it burnt so long. As we moved the pot up from 3/4 to 1 inch to 1 1/4 inches, obviously that space increased, and that allowed it to come to a boil faster. Now with each stage going up, more flame has to be produced before it hits the bottom of the pot. So I think that's what's causing it to burn for a shorter period of time. The longer it takes to get up there, the longer it takes for that energy to get transferred to the bottom of the pot, the less overall it will burn as far as time goes. Now I will reiterate, it is cold in here. It's 49, 50 degrees. The water is 49 or 50 degrees. It's 2 full cups of that cold water, so it is a pretty challenging boil. And 6 minutes and 7 seconds is a fast boil time. I have to say that I am thoroughly impressed with the 1 1/4 inch model. Even the 1 inch model was really, really good. But 6 minutes and 7 seconds is smoking fast. So what does everybody think about this experiment? Well, I love checking out how long it takes for things to boil. This is a lot of fun to do, and it was a surprising result to me. I've always heard 1 inch is the sweet spot. Clearly 1 1/4 inches is better than 1 inch, at least in my testing. Is it possible to tweak it and start to really do smaller increments or higher increments? Of course it is. I'm not gonna go there. I just wanted to see if there was a really obvious difference between these 4 different heights. There's reasons behind it, and it's clear that the 1 1/4 inch model is the fastest by far. Now, being the fastest, it's also the least efficient, so it's a trade-off. Most of the time, we're interested in getting water to a boil as quickly as possible, so the efficiency trade-off is no big deal to me. So what do you guys think? Have any of y'all tried this out? Do you have similar results? I'm not sure if you're aware, but I have an entire playlist just on stoves, stove reviews, stove builds, everything stoves. I'll leave a link down below. There's over 45 videos now on that playlist. Like I said at the beginning, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps spread things across YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button. And if you want to make sure all my videos show up on your feed, hit that ding dong bell and you'll be the first to know. Appreciate you guys checking things out. I really had a good time checking out all these stoves. Hope everyone learned something. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And stay tuned for more videos here on Paleo Hiker MD.